All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
My name's Sebastian.
Wow, so a lot has happened since the last time we had a podcast. There was Easter, and there was Sebastian was gone, and there's all kinds of things going on. Fires, all kinds of crap.
Sebastian was
Said,
gone.
"Oh, Lord Jesus, there's a fire." Yeah, it was.
You didn't spend
I
Easter
have a
with your
life,
dad?
Tony.
You didn't
No,
spend...
because he's not the religious one.
What?
Huh?
Ooh, I am.
You're not Christian religious.
Oh, yeah. I'm not Catholic religious either.
What religious are you?
Jewish. He's very tight with his money. Anyways,
Well, I am, though. What?
especially with my stimmy. So
That's
yeah,
not-
I went up north.
that's not
I went up,
yours. See
I
the
went up
stimmy?
north to my mom's house.
Yeah, right. You see that? Good.
Moving swiftly onwards. Went up north to my mom's house, mainly to see my brother. But
Were you invited, or you just wanted to
No.
take a trip yourself?
Yeah.
Can you go up there whenever you want?
I can go anywhere whenever I want. I am an adult. I have keys to the house,
Oh, you do? Okay.
so even if they don't want me to,
Hey, we should pull a jack move, dog.
and I know the garage code,
So could you actually just
probably yeah.
roll up and just middle of the night?
Yeah.
So if you decided tonight, if you were off tomorrow, it's like, I'm going to go up there. And after this, let's say it's
That's
10
what I did.
PM,
That's what I did this weekend.
you
I was
didn't-
literally
they didn't know
on-
they didn't know you were going?
No, I was literally on the way. I said, "Hey, I'm coming down." Okay, cool. You spending the night here? If you want me to. Okay, cool. I'll set up the bed.
Good.
So that's what happened. Yeah.
But
Perfect timing. Didn't know this was gonna happen. My best friend showed up, so he was coming to town. So
military dude?
yeah.
Potential roommate in LA?
Yes.
Nice.
No.
No.
Different one. My bad.
Oh, I was like, wait a
He's in
minute.
San Diego. He offered me to go live out there, but that's $1,400 I don't got. So.
So how is it?
Going to spend $1,450
For rent?
for rent in his house in San Diego. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
You get your own room?
Yeah. But
It's
that
just-
motherfucker getting paid by the government to live there. So
Oh, so and you're
Yeah.
gonna stick you for $1,450?
yeah.
I ain't no friend.
Depends
That's
on how
the
nice
best
the
one.
house is.
It's the best one. That's the problem. Anyways, it was really nice because I ended up helping him buy his mom dinner because her birthday was last week, and I missed it. So we did that.
Wait,
And
you
then-
say you helped him buy his mom dinner?
Yeah, we split his mom's dinner because I basically lived at her house my senior year. So I call her my second mom.
So they took his mom to dinner, is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. That was fun.
Did you take your mom to dinner the next night?
No, she took me to dinner the night before.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
She
then,
was really excited that I was 21 because they pushed me to order alcohol that night at dinner. The next day at around lunchtime, she poured me a glass of blueberry wine. And then before I left, she bought me a 3-piece set of like Jack Daniels and then 3 little mini bottles of alcohol, 2 of
Wow.
vodka and 1 of brandy.
So now, do you think the relationship has made a turn because maybe she looks at you differently? Not like maybe not as a kid, but more as an adult now.
She got genuinely excited, and alcohol comes up in most of the conversations now. Because for my birthday, for my 21st, they wanted to take me out to, what the fuck is that place?
Las Vegas?
Wolf Lodge, Great
Oh.
Wolf Lodge,
What is that?
which is some indoor water park. And they were excited because it's got a bar, and they were like, you can drink with us and all that. And I was like, dude, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink that often. So, but she's really excited. And so, yeah, I have 3 bottles of Jack Daniels now.
Maybe that's something that she wants to bond with you over. Like,
I don't know
it
about
get-
bonding with my mother,
you
but
never, I mean, no, it's just like, something that the two of you
Yeah.
could share.
have
It puts you on her level. You know what I mean?
Was she like she a
Maybe she
drinker?
finally sees me an adult.
I
Finally sees me as an adult.
Right. I never saw her drink. She never like a beer there, maybe. Matter of fact, now that you mention it, I think I only saw her drink like the
When she
night
was
we
pregnant
met.
with me.
No, she smoked it.
No, yeah.
Uh,
I can still smell it.
She hit that pipe. That's why you
Yeah.
hear Seabass.
No, different.
um,
The one that's worse for you.
I don't ever remember her drinking at all,
You
really.
should see how much alcohol is in that house.
Yeah.
Really?
They have three fridges. The freezers of 2 of them are full, and one of them is just for alcohol.
Wow.
Is your
It's kinda
stepdad like a
sad.
drinker?
They both are, yeah.
Wow.
My mom's got vodka and wine everywhere.
Well, there you go. She's hit that level.
Yeah. And the stepdad's the one that he mainly drinks beer, but he'll drink wine with her. So,
Wow.
Vodka used to be like when girls were in high school, they'd start off with Boone's Farm. and then, right? They'd start off with a wine. And next thing you know,
Cisco.
yep. Then they're sneaking in bottles, like water bottles filled with vodka in school.
I've seen that happen before, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's more of the wine coolers.
Do you remember girls that would come over? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have some wine coolers and get all fucked up, and then they'd have one wine cooler. Be like, oh my god, I think I'm gonna throw up. Do girls do that? Do the young girls do that when you were like in?
You're going to have to explain it again. I wasn't paying attention.
God damn it! Like they have one sip of a drink or one drink, and they're like, oh my god, I'm so fucking hammered right now.
Do you not remember when Bacon Girl was here?
Oh yeah, well, but she
had 2 glasses of iced down wine, and they were not huge glasses.
Wine's
different,
pretty
yeah.
strong.
Depends on the
iced wine, though?
what kind of wine was it?
I don't remember. It was the fucking Minnie Mouse one that you had.
Oh.
Minnie Mouse wine.
It came it's like in a black bottle. It's got
Like a bow.
polka dot bow on it, so we call it the Mickey Mouse wine or Minnie Mouse wine.
But wine coolers were pretty strong too. You get past that bitterness.
And then all the white girls, Zima.
Yeah.
Like Empha?
No, like Zima, like White Claw,
Yeah, but more
more
sudsy.
tangy, right? Yeah. It had more citrus in it, I think. I've never had a White Claw, so I have nothing to compare it to, but I know
Never had a
what
White
Zima
Claw
tastes
either.
like. That's pretty fucking
Do
funny.
you drink any of those new drinks?
No,
Because I like the Trulies.
really?
Yeah, they're not bad.
They're not bad.
Yeah.
I've only ever bought White Claws for somebody else. I've never had a White Claw before, or Truly.
What was it that you had the other day?
It wasn't that. It was something else. It was some something cart, fruit cart.
Oh yeah.
I guess kind of the same thing, but they're only like fruit flavors. I
Yeah.
haven't tried the watermelon yet. I still have that one.
When my wife and I went to that restaurant for our anniversary, that first dinner we went out to,
Yeah.
she got I'm not into martinis and stuff like that.
Right.
But she got a martini called the Lemon Drop. Like your Volkswagen?
Right.
Dude, the rim of the glass was like a rock sugar. Dude, it was so good.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Dude, oh my
I
God.
did drink a lot more than I thought I was going to this weekend. I'm not gonna lie to you.
At
real
your mom's
quick.
house?
Just in town. Well, because like I had drank at dinner with my mom, and then had the glass of wine. It was pretty fucking full. Should have known when to stop. It was pretty full. And then the next night with my friend and his mom, we had a few drinks. And they were like the big old tall, like the Adioses. I'm
Uh-huh.
pretty sure I had one of those. It wasn't called that. It was Tehachapi something or other. And
It was the
then-
Tehachapi Bye Bye.
yeah. And then my buddy got one called a Sea Breeze, which was not great. It tasted like sea salt. And then we got another one that was pretty good that tasted just like pineapple juice, but it was very rummy.
Pineapple juice with a kick.
Very rummy, and it was good.
So real quick, I'm going to go back to something you just mentioned, Lemon Drop. So for those of you that don't know, I had this little Volkswagen. It was yellow, and my boy Manny, our friend from Phoenix. So he's got a little boy, and him and his son have been making models. And Manny had called me one day and said, "Hey, I'm going to do your Monte. I got to find it, blah, blah, blah." So he sent me this text today, said he wasn't able to find it, but he was able to find this, and he did this one for me. And he did it by memory, and goddamn, he nailed that fucking car, bro. Manny, thank you so much, dude. It brought a tear to my eye. Like, I haven't thought about that car in years, like, here and there, but seeing it like that on a pedestal, oh my God, dude.
Dude, this is like a professional video too.
Yeah, right? On a spinning, what do they call this? Like a lazy Susan, the electric. It's cool as shit, dude. That really took me back. Where I was like, holy shit, Manny. Put in some work. You know, it looked just like those videos that picture.
Now, let me ask you a question. I thought about you the other day.
Why?
Because I've seen tires like this on a car, but I've never seen it this extreme.
Okay.
And I've never thought about it until I saw it at this extreme.
Okay.
I saw Lexus dropped. I'm talking, it looked like it was an inch off the floor.
Yep.
And the tires, the rims and tires.
Shit looks sick. Tucked all the way in.
All the way in. And
Yep.
such an angle that I was like, how does that thing even make turns?
Yeah. It's a new thing they're doing. And it all depends. Like, they do them, like, it's a Japanese style. They do, like, 13s. And they put the wheels on there and they butterfly the shit out of them. And they just rub on, or run on that inner lip. So the car's probably bagged. So it's got like airdrop system in it. And that's how he's able to get it so low. Usually when you're like that, you'll only roll it like that in certain places because you can fuck some shit up on that thing like that.
But how do you even make a turn? Because
Slowly.
nah, dog. I'm talking those front tires were 15% of the top of the tire was gone. It was covered by the fender.
Maybe he's got to do his air before he takes a turn. Which is scary if you're driving and something falls in the middle of the road. You can't crank the wheel without tearing your fucking fender.
Man.
But that shit looks sick though, huh?
Yeah, I'm not into it, but it was, you know, if you're into it, I guess it would look nice.
My Maxima before I sold it was fairly low. But I put coilovers on it, so you can have adjustable springs on it to drop it to a level, and it'll still ride like a normal car. But what I like about doing the coilovers, especially like on a Maxima or like the Infinities, when you're driving behind them, they're just like at a slight angle. They're not the way, almost flat, probably the one that you saw, right?
Yeah, it was.
Looked like like it was going to hover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So mine were just slightly angled because I dropped it as far as I could with the coilovers. And when you're driving, they just and they dip back in. That shit looks so dope on the freeway, dude. It should look. That's what made me want that car. And then once I put the coilovers on it, it was done. It was a done deal. The one you're talking about probably set in a lot deeper than that.
Oh, much deeper than that.
Yeah.
Much.
I wanted to be able to drive mine, and I had those tires for a while, so I knew that the insides were just a little on the tender side. So, but shit, that shit sat low too, though. Look,
When so since you're so into cars, what you think about them spinner rims that when they came out?
well, it all depends because there's different ones. If you're talking about the real ones, like the Spreewells, them shits are untouchable, dog. Them shits are beautiful.
You like them?
No, not for me. But on the right car, they look fucking hard,
Right.
dude. They look really hard. A friend of mine's got some on a Charger, but what it is that it's like a 4-piece rim or a 3-piece rim, so the piece that spins is in the middle.
Okay.
So when you're driving, the wheel looks stationary, and then you just see between this woof, woof, between, that shit looks dope, dude. That shit looks hard. And they're done so that they can't roll backwards. You know what I mean? So like a lot of these guys, oh fuck yeah, I got spinners. They got the bolt-on ones, and half the time they were going backwards. Did you ever see?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those are fucking.
I just thought they all did that. Just whichever way they were spinning at the time.
No, they had some that were just adapters that you put on the outside, and they looked like they spun, but they didn't have the little things that you put in, like ganikas that you put in there, and you put little bearings in there, and it's called a
Fidget spinner.
no, but it's what you put in a fidget spinner to make it spin.
The bearings?
The X.
Yes, bearings. So you put bearings in there, but the way you put them in there, it keeps it from spinning backwards. Had somebody been able to figure out how to do that on the bolt-on ones, it would have been better. But they spin or they sit still half the time.
Now let me ask you this.
Especially out here in the desert, it won't last.
Now let me ask you this.
Okay.
I don't know if the people that did this did it on purpose because they thought it really looked good, or they just did it as a joke.
Okay.
And if they did it as a joke, why? The spinner hubcaps, kid.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a couple of those, and it was like, wow.
You know, it's the same reason why there was ponies, and the same reason why there was gas, and the same reason why there was Keds, and
Dog.
Shaquille O'Neal's from Walmart or Kmart, like, you know what I mean? Because everybody wanted that look, but they couldn't afford it. So, like,
But the hubcaps, they were bad.
yeah, that's a tough look, dude. You got to have a massive set of nuts on you to put those on a car and try to look good rolling.
You know what looks good now, though? I think it's the Rolls Royce with the R's in the center. And
they're weighted.
Oh, dude, that looks so nice.
Yeah, they don't move. They just,
Yeah.
That shit is hard. Dude.
Yeah, it is.
I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's money though, right there, dude. Like you're talking money.
Dude, I remember when I used to park cars, and if a Rolls Royce came in, like the boss would have to park it, you know,
right?
Just because you do anything to that car, it's thousands.
It's over,
and
right?
This is back then. And I remember I had to park. Eventually I was able to park them, but dude, those cars, they're incredible.
What do you think about donks? I don't know if you know what that is or not.
I don't know a donk.
So a donk is like a mid-'80s vehicle that's got a body lift on it and 30s. So the wheels are fucking massive, and the car, like the bottom of the car, is like waist height.
For some reason, I'm picturing an El Camino like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of people did El Caminos. There was a lot of like the square top Impalas, like the 80s.
I could probably say that I've parked a few times a vehicle like that, like lifted really high.
Like they were like southern cars. It started out in the South. People doing that. You used to see that shit all the time in Oakland, all the time. And then what they did is, you know, back in the day, I don't know if you remember, but we used to. I mean, we'd put 12s in the back. We'd run amps and we'd run speakers, and you could hear what we were listening to through the windows if you can get past the rattle, right? Well, when I was in Oakland for a while, they put marine speakers in the grill, and there was no bass coming from the car, but you could hear
Right.
and all the shit they were singing. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Do that shit the right way and put some humps in the trunk. Spend some money and do that shit right. Yeah, dude. Crazy. I was never into that look, though. That look wasn't for me. I like it low. The lower to the ground, the better.
Yeah.
I'm working on getting me a truck. I want to do like a 70 Chevy, a C10. And, we'll C-notch the frame and tuck everything up under and drop it. And
See, you lost me at C-tuck.
C-notch?
C-notch.
So you take the frame and you cut a big, where the rear end is at, because the rear end sits just below the frame. So if you want to lower it, you can only lower it so much. So what you do is you take that frame and you cut a notch out and build, so it goes like this, right? So what you do is you cut it and go up and over and down.
What are you going up and over?
The rear end. So what you do is, instead of leaving that bar straight, you put a big like C in it, basically. And that way when you lower it, instead of hitting frame, that rear end continues to go and goes up. So the body of the vehicle continues to go down until you lay frame on the floor.
I'll take your word for it.
That shit is dope. That shit is sick. Dude, I had a guy that used to run with us when we were in the car clubs and running around, and he used to take him for a ride in Lemon Drop all the time. And I caught up with the cat. He's actually living in Washington. He's got his own business, doing cars, modifications and shit. And he fucking sent me this long email one day about, hey man, thank you. If it wasn't for you, if I wasn't getting the ride with you and Lemon Drop, I'd have never gotten into customizing cars. And now I'm doing it for a living. And I got my shop and blah, blah, blah. And I've been able to buy a house and did all this shit with my family, man. I just really appreciate you showing me. And I was like, showing? Okay, cool. Like, if you remember me like that, I'm down, bro. You know what I mean? That's cool as shit. So it's kind of cool, dude. Taking me a long way.
Would you watch like Pimp My Ride? And was those your shows?
I liked Pimp My Ride because it was funny to see how stupid some of the shit they did to the cars were. Like, nobody wants a fucking aquarium in their car. Like, come on. Half the people don't clean the aquarium in the house. The fuck are you gonna do? You know, get in your car, you have some dead fish one day. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just try to do that shit out here. You close up your doors and shit. Water would boil. Shit. You have you some fish soup in your back seat. You know what I really like is then Chip Foose came out for a while and they were doing
What'd you call him?
Chip Foose is his name. He does custom cars out of LA. Dude's amazing, bro. Just some of the shit that he did. But it really started out with watching those shows was like West Coast Customs where they did the choppers. And then Orange County Choppers, right? Is that what it was called? Anyways,
from Florida.
Yeah. So I started watching that, and then it went to who's the crazy white boy that married
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah,
Jesse James.
Yeah, Jesse James. I liked the way he did shit because he's just fucking rough, dude. You know what I mean? Like it was manly shit. Like fuck.
Yeah.
Like he made the truck for Machete. I know you probably didn't watch that movie. I know you don't like it, but I'm telling you about it anyways. He did that, and I just like the shit that he did, dude. I just the way he approached shit.
Counting, or what the hell is it?
And then there was Counting Cars.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Which is the dude from Las Vegas.
Oh, the salesman?
The salesman?
Okay, no.
What are you talking about?
There was a there was a show like an A&E show for cars. Like, you know how they were doing anything.
Right.
There was a dude selling cars out of Vegas.
Okay.
And like before this show came on, I remember being in Vegas in the middle of the night just channel surfing, and this dude is like an infomercial, hour-long infomercial for his dealership, for a dealership.
Right.
He was like the head sales guy. And what they would do is he'd be in the parking lot, and like one of the workers, this other salesman or whatever, they'd pull up in a car. He'd be like, okay, I got this 360Z here. It's got this is all this money. And the dude would come out that pulled up in it. He might be in a clown outfit doing crazy stuff as he's describing the car. And his tagline was, when he was done describing this car, he would say, give it the gas. And he like slap it or something. And they take off and another car would pull up. Oh, we got this Suzuki Samurai 1994. And then what happened is like a year or two later, there was a show on him. About him.
Really?
That salesman.
I never saw that one.
Dude, it was fabulous.
Nah, this dude is he owns like a bar out there. He owns all kinds of shit. And the dude knows fucking cars, bro. And then there was Gas Monkey Garage. Got hooked on that. Cause Aaron really knew his shit and he was really good about putting it all together in spite of Richard. And then from there, the guy that really, really like I love watching the shit that he does. His name is Ken Diggett, and it's Bitchin' Rides. And the dude's out of Utah, right? I think he's out of Utah.
That I don't know.
And that motherfucker's bad, bro. Like the attention to detail that dude has on a vehicle and things that he does just by the slightest little changes and his idea of the way he puts shit together. He's fucking amazing, dude. Like if I had the money, I would have him build me a car.
I mean, what channels were these? True TV type?
Like Discovery?
Really?
Yeah.
Never heard of any of those other ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Counting Cars was on the one with Pawn Stars.
Yeah. He comes out on Pawn Stars a lot. They call him when they got a car.
Oh, really?
Find out the value of it or whatever, yeah.
The dude I was talking about, I just looked it up. His name of his show was King of Cars.
Oh, shit.
Dog. That was a pretty good show.
Oh wow!
I mean, and he would show about how, like on a Saturday, how he would hype everybody up, all his salesmen, tell them if you sold 4 cars today, you're gonna get this bonus, and just the behind the scenes of selling cars,
just gassing everybody up.
That's a pretty good show.
I'm assuming that you have to be a pretty good, like, not only salesman to the people that come in, but to your people that work for you, because not every day is a fucking 4 or 5 car day.
Dude, a 4 or 5 car day is
Huge, right?
big. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, not every day is going to be a huge day. You're just going to go home and you're going to start wondering, am I going to make any money this month? You know what I mean?
I just spoke to my daughter about salesman because she was doing something. I forgot what it was. And there was a salesman involved. And she goes, well, they told me to come back tomorrow. And I said, don't are you going to want to buy it? And she's like, no, I'm not at all. I'm like, then don't go. She's like, why not? I said, because they're going to have the salesman talk to you tomorrow.
Right.
She's like, I'm just going to say no. I said, you don't understand. His job is to make you say yes.
Yes.
And he's going to work you until you mentally are tired and say yes.
Yep.
I said, that's their job. I said,
good cop, bad cop, right?
When you go get your hair cut, what's her job? To cut your hair. That's her job. When you go eat some food, the cook's job is to cook your food. When you talk to a salesman, his job is to sell you on whatever it is that they're trying to sell.
Right.
That's his profession. That's what he's doing. Let me put it this way. She said, okay, she didn't go. Because she was like, you're right,
Right.
I was like, you cannot do it.
Yeah, don't get sucked in, because as much as you think you're going to say no, you're going to end up walking out with some new shit.
I had a buddy that used to be a car salesman.
Oh, yeah?
And he's told me I can't remember too many of his lines, but one time he told me, because all it is, he always says, people are, off the bat, negative. No. Hey, can I help you? Hi, how you doing today? Good. Can I help you show you something? No. It's like, and they got to work their way around that.
Right.
So he had told me, he says something like, one of his lines was, oh, I'm only looking. He's like, that's no problem. I was only looking at girls when I met my wife, which I thought was a great line.
Right.
Like, then I found the right one. I was just looking, but it turns out she was the one. He goes, so this car right here that you're looking at might be the one. So can we talk about it? And he was just smooth like that.
That's
he
pretty
had that
funny.
salesman approach.
We used to do that. I used to do Columbo. They call it the Columbo. Because, he was always like, always up, you know what I mean? So, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm just looking. Oh, okay, good. My name's Mingo if you need me. Holler back. So I take like 2. Oh, by the way, hey, you know what? I forgot to tell you that blah, 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 this and that. Okay. Hey, by the way, what room are you looking for furniture for? Oh, the bedroom. Oh, well, let me walk you over here. Here's all of our bedroom stuff right here. Is it for you as a kid? Why? Like, what are you looking for? And then next thing you know, they're fucking answered all kinds of questions, and bam, done. Here we go. Sign right here. When you want it delivered, I'll get it to you today. My guys will stay till midnight. I don't care what time you want it.
Well, that's another thing. He would tell me stories about to try and get that sale. Oh my God. He was like, they could be on it for hours. And then he's like, something will happen and something happens with his credit and it doesn't go through. Oh, is there anybody you could co-sign for you? And they're like, my mom, but she lives in San Diego. No problem. We'll take the drive.
Wow.
Dude, they would do crazy stuff like that.
Jesus.
Just to make the sale.
Yeah, that's heavy, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, I'll drive all the way to San Diego for your mama's signature.
Dude, let me ask you a question.
What's that?
Have you ever been put as a referral or a co-signer for somebody and it bit you in the ass?
No.
Have you had to tell people don't put me as a reference? I don't want to.
Yes.
Because, when they're at a reference, when they don't make that payment,
they're calling
you.
I had this friend of mine. I was living in Arizona, and it was me and the boys and my wife at the time. It was right before things started getting really bad. And he had married this chick, and we were all like, dude, that's not the one. We could tell you, that's me and my best friend. That's not the one, bro. I promise. And he was fucking head over heels. And one day he called me, hey, man, he says, why don't you bring your wife over to dinner? I want to talk to you about something. I said, well, look, I'll come over to dinner, but you need to tell me what it is you want to talk about, because it's not going to go good if I, and you try to drop a surprise. You need to tell me what's up. Well, we wanted to ask you if you'd co-sign for our house. Co-sign for a house? You out your motherfucking mind? What? For a house? I'm like, dog, how are you going to ask me to do that? You know what I mean? Like, I got a family and shit. Like, if you go sour on it, it comes back on me. Now I gotta pay 2 rents. You know what I mean? I gotta kick you out and move into your house. Nah, man, I can't do that shit. I can't even believe you. We ain't even coming to dinner, dog. I can't even believe you can come at me with some bullshit like that. Man, I said, what kind of friend asked somebody that, dude? Like, I don't think I could be that close with anybody. I was barely close enough with their mom to be like, yeah, let's get a house. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big step, dude.
Dude, it's just, and when people say, oh man, they keep calling me because such and such ain't paying the bill, and they use me as a reference, and they're bugging me, and I'm like, well, that's the whole point.
Right.
They keep calling you because it happened to me, so you can contact them and say, look, pay these people. They're calling me. So now it's like, not only are they calling them, now you're on them saying, hey, you need to pay them to get them to stop calling me.
Right.
So yeah, now it's like, no, don't put me as a reference. I don't co-sign. No.
I used to do that shit when I worked at Aaron's. People would call, hey, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So they fill out the application and they'd have like friend, cousin, friend. I said, is your mom still alive? Yeah. Why don't you put your mom's name down? Oh, I don't want to be bothering her. Oh, so you think we're going to have to call? So I tell you what, why don't you go ahead and write your mom's name and phone number down? So then I'd grab the phone in front of him. I said, I would make this real quick. So I put her on speaker. Hey, my name is Mingo. I'm calling from Aaron's, blah, blah. I got so-and-so here. They wanted to put you down as a reference. I just wanted to make sure that it was okay with you. She said, well, what the hell are they buying now? I said, well, I can't discuss that with you. They put you down as a reference. If anything happens, I said, because here's the deal. I said, because if they don't make a payment, I'm going to call you. I just want to know that if I call you, you're going to go grab them by the ear and bring them in here. She said, you better believe I will. Okay, cool. We're good. Thank you.
Can someone deny being a reference? Like, no, don't put me down.
Yeah. Or if you call them and say, hey, don't call me no more, you can't call them.
But do they have to say, I don't want to be a reference and leave me alone?
Yeah.
That just makes your buddy who's actually trying to get the item look bad, right?
Not so much, but, because a lot of people, I wouldn't do it for anybody. Like my sister right now, she's looking for a car, right? So she goes, and I don't know what the fuck they use at a dealership, but she puts her phone number and she puts it in garbled. Because there's, you want the price, you got to put it like in your cart or ask for a quote or whatever it is, right? So she puts in her phone number, she puts it in garbled. Garbled, like not right. She puts all the right numbers just in a different order.
She does that on purpose?
Yeah. That way they're not bugging her because she knows as soon as they get the line.
So you're looking online for a car. You just want to see what it's going to cost.
Right.
Okay, I get it.
So she just puts in a gobbledygook number, right? Well, somehow, with some sort of, I don't know how they get the fucking information, starting at 8 o'clock the next morning, hi, is your sister there? Now, they don't ask me like that. They say her name, and I'm like, no, this ain't her phone. How the fuck you get my phone number? Oh, well, when she put in her information, this number comes up. I said, well, this ain't her phone. But here's her phone number. Here's her email address. Here's her work phone number. Don't be calling me no more. My sister said, why are you giving people my work phone number?
I was going to say, why you giving that information?
So why are you having people calling me at 8 o'clock in the morning about a car you trying to buy? Ain't my car. You ain't buying it for me. Shit. Take your phone call. Leave me alone.
The last couple, like, of the friends that we agreed to be a reference for them. Of course, after, I don't even think it went 6 months to where we started getting calls. And my wife was pissed.
Yeah,
because they're smart. They call dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
They call when you're ready to go to sleep. I don't know how they know.
Yep.
But it's like, hey, this is such and such. Your friend such and such has not made a payment. Any way you can get her to give us a call because she's not returning our phone calls, and we're like, oh man. And they were like my friends. Even though they were our friends, they were
more your friends.
So my wife's like, you need to go talk to them. We can't be getting these phones. I was like, you're right.
Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't be good at that because I used to do collections. So I don't know if you want to put me down as a reference. Just be like, hey, you know what you need to do? His birthday is this weekend. He's going to his mama house. Here's his mama phone number. Call him there. Because we used to do that shit, dude. Like we would wait. There was one of the worst ones was a pastor, dude. He had moved from down south and he moved to Oakland, and he had just taken over this church, and apparently the church was supposed to be paying it, but they were paying it to him, and he wasn't making the payment. So we'd try calling him, and nothing. We'd call his house, nothing. Go by his house, he was never there. We'd call the church itself. He's never there. Oh, well, you know what? He's up. He's ministering right now. Oh, okay. And when does he usually minister? Like in the early evenings? Oh, on such date, and he does youth this on this day, and blah. Okay, cool. Jumped in the truck and drove down to the church. Walked into church. Well, that was the creepiest feeling ever. Walking in that church looking for the pastor for money. Like, hey, is Pastor so and so around?
Sounds about right, though.
Right? Pastor so and so around? Oh yeah, he's back there with the kids, but he busy. Well, you need to go get him for me. I don't want to go in there where the kids are. If you can go grab him real quick, you just tell him, here's my card. This is where I'm from. Okay. So he come out. Oh man, you ain't been. Hold on, let me go call so and so, and he take me back to where the what do you call it was, and the lady was like, well, we already paid you for that. Yeah, we'll discuss it later. Let's go ahead and get him a check and get him on his way.
You know, it's funny you say that because when I used to work at the rental car place, like you, when people wouldn't return their cars like when they were supposed to,
right?
We'd have to start calling them. You know, hey, what's going on with the vehicle? Did you need some more time on it? You know, because you're on our what we call an overdue list. Well, people who came like from Canada for a month, you know, it's expected.
Right.
But when you get the locals that rented the car for 2 days and now it's been 4, you're like, oh, man.
This car's in the desert somewhere, right?
Dude, I remember this one time, the police came by and they're like, yeah, so do you have a vehicle registered to your rental car company? And so we had to look it up. Sure enough, it's on our lot. Yeah, it was involved in an altercation in Dream Homes 2 nights ago. We were like, what? Yeah, your license plate got written down. They believe it's such and such. Do you have a such and such working here? We were like, yeah. Okay, well, we need to speak to him. And I was just like, dude, stuff like that would happen all
So wait a minute, one of the dudes that worked there took the car at night. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Dude, one time, I even wrecked one of the cars. Dude, and it was when I first started, so I was so scared. I had took a car to like 7-Eleven right there on Ramon Road where Walmart is, across the street from Walmart now.
Okay.
And this is when they used to have gas pumps. They don't have them no more.
Oh, they don't have gas pumps there anymore?
No.
And that's a small-ass parking lot, dude. And you used to get busy there.
So what I did was I parked, and went inside, got my chips and a drink. When I came out, I was backing out. But what the employees used to park, like, right behind the sidewalk little island that separated the gas station from 7-Eleven from the sidewalk.
Okay.
So they would park where it was like a little curve. Dude, I backed straight into that thing. And I was with somebody. We were just fucking around. Dude, she came running out because he was the clerk. Oh, please. You know, here I am. Please. I just got this job. I can't be messing it up. And so she goes, okay, give me your phone number. You know, we exchanged information. She called me like 2 days later. It was going to cost this much to fix. She was being cool about it at first.
Right? At first.
Well, yeah, she was okay. I was like, I can't afford that. Let's say it's $400.
Right.
I'm making $4 an hour. How can I afford $400?
Heck, do you remember those days, guy?
Dude.
$4.75 an hour?
Yeah. I think my check was like $140 for 2 weeks. So I was like, can I make it in payments? She was like, yep. Just, So she was, and like, just like these people we're talking about, dude, it lasted fucking 2 months. And then I missed a couple of payments because I would just come and bring her an envelope.
Right.
Dude, she started calling, and then she hit me with all right, I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't come and pay me my money, I'm going to call your boss, but tell him what happened. I got the license plate to the vehicle that you did, that did it, because obviously that vehicle now had a dent in it too.
Right.
But I didn't say nothing. So yeah, I think I had to borrow the money from somebody to pay it off. So now I had to pay this other person back.
Jesus.
Good old days.
Good old days of getting yourself into some shit.
You'd have to figure out ways to find the car. You call them up. Hey, is such and such there? Nope, they're not here right now. Oh, you know where they're at? This is such and for Alamo Rent a Car. Nope, don't know where they're at. Then you call a couple days, the next day. Hey, then you got to change it up. Yeah, and you pretend like you're their friend. Hey,
Right.
Where'd they go tonight? I'm supposed to meet up with them. And then have to drive over there.
See if the car's there.
Yeah, dude, we used to have to do all kinds of crazy things.
It's probably a lot easier now with GPS, though, right?
Probably is.
Yeah. Shit. Could you imagine being in that business now, though? But them cars used to smell like all kinds of shit, though. Weed.
Dude, I had a dead body in the car once.
No.
Nice.
It was the worst. Oh,
Did
my
it look like
God.
that scene in a Pulp Fiction?
No.
Oh.
They OD'd in it in Indio. We get a call one day.
Wow.
And it was the police. They said one of our vehicles was found at a park in Indio, and there was a deceased body in the passenger side. So they didn't know who rented the car. So, and they were like, okay, we got the car. It'll be released in, when we're done with our investigation. So a few days later, they called us up. Okay, it's been released. You need to come and pick it up. So we had it towed back to our location.
Okay.
That thing came up with the yellow police tape around it,
Right.
And then when it got unloaded, it had biohazard stickers on it.
Oh, shit.
Dude, like I guess the person who died defecated on himself in the passenger seat. So like the passenger seat was stained, the bottom cushion,
Yeah.
where the ass was.
Dookie.
Dude, when I tell you that car had a smell, it's not that it was bad,
What?
but it just smelled like death. Like if you were in it for more than 5 minutes, like I was in it for more than 5 minutes, I started getting headaches. Dude, we couldn't get the smell out. It was the worst fucking thing in the world. So we used to do one ways. Like if you needed a car to rent from here to drive to LA to get to the airport.
Right. You guys fuck somebody in that car.
Well, no. We told them, we didn't tell them it was a dead body, but needed to rent a car to get to LAX because he had a flight to catch. And it was going to be like, the car was supposed to, let's say the car was $80, and it's another $50 to drop it off at a different location. We were like, I'll tell you what, I'll waive that $50 drop off fee. I've got a car that has a smell that we can't. Oh, I don't care. I said, just keep the windows rolled down. He was like, yeah, I'll take it because he needed it. We're like, here you go. Now it's LAX's problem, not ours.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Dude.
So here's a question, though, not because you brought that up. I wonder because when you sell a house, they have to disclose to you that there was a dead body or somebody died there, right?
Yeah.
Is it the same for cars?
I don't know. I don't think so. Because I think more the house.
Well, because you can replace a lot of shit in the car.
I think the house is more of a religious issue, isn't it? That's why you're supposed to disclose it.
Or people
I don't
believe in
know.
ghosts too. Like,
Yeah, stuff like that. I think that's why.
You don't think a car can have ghosts?
I don't know.
I've never heard of a car being haunted.
But dude, rent a car business, it's a crazy business, dude.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like ours.
We used to like when you start running out of cars,
Yeah.
because just like the airline, you kind of overbook because you expect a certain of
Not to show up.
yeah. But sometimes when you overbook, it's a case of overbooking and people not returning their cars as scheduled because you book based on
What you have out.
what's expected to come in that day.
Right.
And I could tell, dude, I'll give you an example. Minivans in the summertime were the hottest thing because families would come rent the van so they could go to the beach.
Right.
So there's one Sunday morning. First thing we open at 6:00. 6:30, this lady comes walking in with she got dropped off with her little kid. The kid could walk and talk, but he was a little kid.
Right.
So I'm here to pick up my minivan. Dude, I had just opened the place. I had no minivans. But one was scheduled to be returned that day.
But you didn't know what time.
Don't know what time. But because they show a minivan coming in, they book a minivan for that day. So, it's just not here yet.
And then they'll do like a checkout time. They'll, hey, you.
Well, yeah, it's based on like it's an exact 24-hour clock. So let's say whenever they rented it at 3:00 in the afternoon. Well, it's scheduled. It's got to be back by 3:00 on your return day.
Got you.
So who knows what time that van was going to come in, if it would have even came in at all. So it's the whole story, it's the whole spiel. Ma'am, I'm sorry. We have one that's scheduled to return. If you could give us a couple of hours, we'll give you a call as soon as it comes in. That whole shebang. And dude, she started yelling at me. She started crying. I gotta use your phone because this was before cell phones, of course.
Right.
Because she had to call her husband to come back and pick her up. We were supposed to go to the beach today. You're ruining our vacation. You're ruining our day. Da da da. So after about 10 minutes, the husband comes back. He just pulls up to the front. And she grabbed her kid by the arm and was like, "Let's go." And the kid, I remember this. The kid was like, "Mommy, I thought we were getting a van. I thought we were going to the beach or SeaWorld or wherever it is they were going."
Oh.
And she's like, "No, we're not. We're not going." And the little kid's like, "Why? Why?" Dude, I swear to God, she grabbed him by the top of his head because they were walking out, and she turned his whole body from the top of his head. And she pointed, so he was looking at me, and she pointed at me, she goes, "He's the reason why you're not going to the beach today." I'll never forget it, kid, because I felt so bad. He's the reason why you're not going today. Dude, but cars that had AC that was bad, dude, rent it at night when it cooled off, and then we would pull it up. Like, usually cars in C5 in the parking lot. If we were renting a bad car, dog, okay, I'm going to rent this car. I got these people. Give me that car with the bad AC. Pull it up, roll all the windows down. You're going to pull it up. You're going to load their luggage into the trunk. So they'll just jump in, be like, "Oh, because if you got them like really happy, oh my God, they loaded our luggage, they did all this, they'll be happy. The windows are rolled down, they're not gonna know the difference. By tomorrow, when they figure it out,
it'll be too late.
We'll have more cars, so we can swap it out. We'll just tell them, oh, we're sorry about that. Come on in, dog. Headlights don't work. Rent it during the day." Because at night, we might get a car with the headlights that work. By the time they figure it out.
Fuck, Tony.
Dude, dirty, kid. Dirty.
Fuck.
Dude, you want convertible don't work. Okay. Well, we're going to rent it with the top down. By the time they figure it out, maybe we'll get another convertible with the top that works.
Fuck. So, do you rent cars now when you go places?
I haven't rented a car in a while. I've rented a car, yes. Like the last time I went to New York, I rented a car.
So do you go through and you check all that shit? Hey, dude, look, I used to do this.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that the more expensive of a car you rent, the better your chances on it being taken care of.
Oh, and of course you get the most expensive.
Yeah.
Right?
Not the most expensive, but if you're gonna try and rent that Nissan Sentra,
He goes to the exotic one. That's what they call it. And
What'd you get, like-
exotic?
Were you driving around a Hummer in New York?
no, we had like a 4-door Blazer or something like that. But yeah, dude.
I remember
Cars
when I was
funny.
getting a car because remember I had gotten rear-ended.
Yes.
I was renting a car and it was at the exotic one because that's the only one that was the closest. And I had gotten a Nissan and I'm waiting for everything to be finished. And this Asian dude walks in. Poor guy is barely speaking English. I'm like, okay, we can give you this one. They pull it around. Whoa, fucking Challenger right there. And they we don't have any other cars, sir. This is the only one that you got. And then they told him the total and he was like, oh, that's fine. Fucking expensive. I want to say it was I wouldn't even remember. I want to say it was like $3,000.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
When I was in Hayward, I needed a rental, and when I went in, they were like, "Well, we have this one right now, or I can. Oh, you have really good insurance, or you can get the BMW if you like." So, well, how much is that per day? She told me, "Yeah, no, I'm good with the little Nissan. We cool." Shit. They gave me $30 per day. That's the one I want. Where the $30 cars at?
Do you remember the Geo Metro?
Yes.
Dude.
Did you guys rent those too?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Dude, those things were the biggest pieces of shit.
Don't talk bad about a Metro, dude. Their mom had a Metro. I didn't have a car at the time when I met her.
Dude, that was a death trap.
A little 3-banger.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, we drove that from Bakersfield to the LA Pond to go see the Ducks play and drove back over the Grapevine when it was snowing in that little Metro. Man, that motherfucker was dope. And my homie that when I first went, his name's Alex. When I first got to Bakersfield, me and him hung out a lot, and he had a little Metro, and he'd get that motherfucker going, and we'd go pull into a parking lot, and he'd pull the e-brake, and we're like, oh shit.
Metro used to made a convertible too.
Oh yeah,
two-seater convertible. Man,
like an egg without the top on.
yeah, dude, it was a fun car, but dude, if you got in an accident in one of those things,
You were done.
You were done.
There's no coming back from that shit. Like a potato chip, dude, with wheels. So, real quick before we move on to topics, we have our first sponsor for an hour of the Sideshow.
Really?
We want to welcome Champion HVAC to the family. If you're looking for any kind of HVAC service, if you need replacement, you can go online to Champ HVAC. I know.
People don't know.
So HVAC is if you hadn't had,
You've lived under a rock.
yeah, if you haven't had the need for it, it's for your heating and air. If you need service for it, like you normally do every year, they'll come out and take care of that for you. Again, champhvac.com. You can visit their website, or you can give them a call at 760-360-7500 and tell them the Sideshow sent you. All right, so there's something that we had talked about before, and I found a video that proves that I am correct. A woman that was on...
She got pregnant. She's a prostitute. Got pregnant.
No. She's a real woman, bro. She's a real woman, and she talks about how she don't want to be equal to men. She what? Here, I'm just gonna play it for you. You ready?
You want to know what fucking sucks? I'll tell you what fucking sucks. Shoveling a ton of gravel. That fucking sucks. The whole entire time I'm shoveling, all I'm thinking is, who the fuck are the women that wanted equal rights? The women's movement. Who wanted to do the man's work? Because I fucking didn't. I'd rather be inside making sandwiches and serving iced tea. Fuck this bullshit. I don't want to be equal. I don't want any part of being equal. I will make sandwiches. I will cook dinner. I will wear an apron. I will clean house. I'll vacuum. I'll do whatever I gotta do to keep from fucking shoveling rock. And the difference between TikTok and Facebook is after I get this shit done, I'm going to get on Facebook and brag about everything I accomplished and how fucking happy I am. But just know the truth. I'm pissed. I'm not happy. It doesn't make me feel good. No part of it. Don't want to do it.
See? Now that's how real women feel. That's some real shit right there. And
Yes.
I sent her a message, see if she wanted to get married.
Did you hear how southern she was?
Hold on a second.
Huh.
She even said iced tea too.
That's just one woman out of millions in this country alone.
Did you hear what she said? Like, when I'm done with this, the difference is I'm gonna go post it on Facebook. Like, oh, look what I did today. Look what I got done, and act like I'm all happy about it. But I'm fucking pissed. That's some real shit. That's real honest shit. Like, that's if you're a woman like that, minglesmadhouse@yahoo.com.
Well, here's the funny thing: you ain't shoveling gravel either.
Because I work. So if I got the money to pay for it, neither one of us got to do it, baby. What?
I like what you said. Fuck this bullshit.
Right? Shit. I remember putting the rock that I did out there in the front when I first got the house. I was like, fuck it. I was thinking, I'm going to buy enough to do the whole house. No, I think I'm just going to put it right here. Right. just right here in front of the little driveway. It's all we're going to get right here. That's a lot of work, dude.
Dude, I just put some artificial grass in my backyard.
Yeah.
That's work too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Plus, I wasn't wearing gloves, so you gotta pack a lot of stuff. Yeah, you gotta pack it down, and you gotta.
You let that one go.
It's all right,
Softy.
my wife likes them. And you gotta smooth everything out, get everything level, and you're trying to do it with your hand. My hands are still feeling the effects of it.
Yeah, I bet. Dude. Well, and then being kneeled down all day and doing all that, your back and all that. And then, that little spot you got in the back, probably with the sun, right? Where you're wearing a hat? your solar panel? I got one too, Tony. Don't trip. That's why I let my hair grow long. So I can comb it over the little hole I'm starting to get in the back.
I've noticed, but I just didn't want to be that guy that pointed it out.
That's all good.
That's all.
I pointed out for him. It's okay.
You're going to get this head too. Remember that?
Probably. But hopefully you're long gone before you can make fun of it.
Hopefully, maybe. I'll forget that you were talking shit about it.
Yep.
Dad, I'm going to come and tap the bald spot.
You won't be able to reach that high. It's okay.
Yeah.
So, since he was gone for Easter, what did you do?
Not a goddamn thing, and you know it.
No, I went, the fucked up part is, so Saturday, went over to the homie's house for a party, right? And I parked at the end of the block, because when I got there, it was like, the whole block was full. There was cars everywhere. So I parked at the end of the block, and I'm walking up. And I was about 3 houses away from where I was at. And I didn't realize, my nephew was there. Hey, where you going, Theo? What are you doing? He was all like, oh, shit, it's you. What's going on, man? He's all, what are you doing here? I said, I'm going to a party up the street. He said, oh, shit.
Where was he at?
He was like 3 doors down.
At another party?
Yeah, it was his wife's sister's baby party.
So sister-in-law's baby shower.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been an easy way to say it. Is that the sister-in-law baby? Yeah.
Wife's sister's baby's party.
Yeah. I was trying to buy myself time trying to remember baby shower, but it didn't work. So he was there doing that. So I stood out there talking with him for a minute. They like the yellow shoes. They like the yellow shirt.
I'll say it loud and proud. They weren't that bad. I don't know if I'd rock them.
Right.
But they weren't. First of all, they weren't really yellow.
What?
They were more like a light beige.
Them bitches is yellow. You tripping?
No, your shirt was yellow.
Yes, but so were the shoes. The shoes
they didn't match perfectly.
The shoes were brighter than the shirt, bro.
Were they?
Yeah, much brighter.
Okay, well, they weren't as bad as I thought they were.
Shit look good. What he means is the shit look good.
They were okay.
Because everybody was like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Well, it's because we talked about it so
right?
much. But yeah, hey, I'm not gonna hate on them.
Now we're waiting for the dress sandals part of the situation here.
There it
see when he comes out with them.
What are you talking about?
See when you wear them.
You saw
Oh,
that.
I would no. I saw a picture of somebody's foot. I don't know if that was your foot or what. We wait till you got them on and you rocking them.
Okay, first of all, they're put in a group text. And it's kind of funny how you were kind of right.
About what?
About only a black man would rock those sandals,
Told you.
whereas the black man in our group text said, I ain't gonna lie, I'd rock those.
He said, and I dress exactly the same as you did. I was shorts and a button-down white shirt,
Yeah,
just
you
like
see
that.
what I'm saying?
But that's that style. Like,
Well, okay.
I can't pull that style off. I know where I stay in my lane.
You see, that's exactly what I'm saying.
But that's it. But
I wouldn't wear those yellow shoes. They're not. Hey.
you ain't pimping enough. It's cool.
No, it's. I'm an adult. I'm a married man.
No, you know what it is?
Oh, see, he keeps throwing married in your face. How does that
Yeah,
feel?
like that's a good thing.
How does that feel?
And I dress my age. I dress age appropriate.
And you know what? So do I. And I wore
No,
the yellow
you
shoe.
don't.
And I wear the yellow shoes because I'm able to dress myself because I'm not married.
Ooh, ouch.
Well, no, you're dressing like you want to try and pick up a 25-year-old.
And don't be jealous.
Like we said in one of the previous podcasts, you're gonna get somebody your age with multiple kids. You can shoot for the stars.
Why are you throwing salt on me,
I'm
dog?
not throwing salt.
Fuck. Why can't I
What
have a
you-
25-year-old?
Just like you said.
That's some bullshit. I'm going to walk out right now.
That's just like what you said one day. You said Seabass had a girl, or was it Milo? And then
Probably
you wanted
Milo.
to talk to the mom.
Yeah, it was Milo.
See what I'm saying?
Because I've never had one. Make that
What?
blatantly clear.
Oh. I want to talk to the mom. What are you talking about?
You don't
Oh, the
remember?
friend,
The friend's mom,
yeah, the friend's mom.
With the
She
mom.
was hot.
Okay.
Not his girlfriend's friend's mom.
Okay.
I think people understood well enough
Sorry.
before you said that.
Yeah, it's my
Okay, whatever.
apologies.
Yeah, but 25 is good for me. 28 is probably better.
28 shooting a little low.
Yeah? Well,
I understand your standard.
Yeah, like 25, 28 would be like the bottom
But
run.
I think at this point you're going to have to lower your standards to up your average.
Yes.
But like mid-30s,
But that's lower your standards to up your average. I'm gonna use that.
Why, you got a wife.
I'm gonna use it on your pops a lot.
yeah, no, I don't, my standards are pretty low, bro. I don't know. Yeah, the fucked up part, you want to know what the really fucked up part is and what really hurts is that Tony's right. Is that no matter if we're talking relationship, 25, 28, 30, up to about 36, probably a no-go.
Yeah, I was going to say 25 is out of your price range.
Maybe like 33,
I would say
33 to 53.
yeah, I would say mid-30s and up. You'd have okay, let me rephrase.
Chance was too strong of a word.
Mid-30s to mid-40s, you'd have a chance
A chance at what?
of going out on a date.
God damn. Well, it's funny,
40.
Tony, that I've never been out on a date.
Yes, you have.
No,
You've told us about your dates.
it really wasn't a date. So there's never been a date on that didn't end in sex.
Okay.
Okay.
That's called a good date.
Oh, okay. I got a good average then. All right, cool.
Yeah, hey. But 45 and above, I think you're really in a good place.
That's my sweet spot.
That's
Yes.
your wheelhouse.
45 to what?
Wheelhouse, exactly. 45 and up.
Because that's where you are.
Yeah, but that means
You're welcome.
but that means she's gonna have to have money.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Can't have the grandbabies all the time. Like, no.
They don't want to see you anyway.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I didn't. Well, I'm just saying, like her grandbabies. If you come home and say, "Hey, here's your grandbaby," like, cool.
But back to the ages. I mean, under 35. I mean, you're really
pushing it.
It's I can't even understand how that would even come about.
Well, like it happens, dog. A couple years ago,
Really?
she was popping out. Yeah, 221, 321-year-olds back to back pimping.
You didn't tell us these stories.
Yes,
Yeah, how long ago was that?
When I was 28.
Yeah, right. So I've been here 7 years. 7 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, how old were you 7 years ago?
42.
42.
So that was a little more doable back then.
I think it's still doable now.
Nah.
Because 40 was the new 30.
Right.
So
now I'm going to be the new 40.
right.
Okay. So that's why the 30-year-olds are more applicable because they're the girls that were 20.
And up, 35 and up.
35.
You said
But-
30-year-olds.
Yeah, but 35, they still got, well, at 35, they can have a 16-year-old, right? And more than likely in this desert, they do.
I remember when my buddy first moved to San Jose. So you're talking 1990, 91, 92 maybe. And this is when we start to date or mess around. You know, we're already starting to become older. And you'd be talking to a girl that already had a kid type deal.
Right.
You know, and that was kind of like
Ooh.
the exception, not the norm.
Right.
And she had to be real bad for you to be, because she already had a kid. So
Right.
he told me when he moved up to San Jose, the next time we spoke after he's been up there for a while, and he goes, man, I was asking him how the dating was going up there, and he told me, he goes, you know, back in the desert, you meet a girl and you like, you got any kids? You know, that was like the question to find out.
Right.
I was like, yeah. He goes, well, up here it's
How many kids you got?
how many kids you got exactly.
How many baby daddies? Yeah.
He had me dying laughing when he said that.
It's crazy, dude. And again, you know what I mean? Like, that's my, like, because if you go meet somebody, then then you got her and her family, her kids, and then you got, you know, the stragglers from her baby daddy family that come around, plus him. And you're like, man, I don't need all that motherfucking drama. You know what I mean? I'm good. I don't need all that bullshit. That's why 21, 25, they'll come by, do what they got to do and go. Come hang out by the pool, cool, have a couple drinks. You know what I mean? And get gone in the morning. Good.
That is true.
You know what I mean? That's enough. Tell 3 different girls 3 different stories and we'd be good. I'm just kidding, dude. Nowadays I couldn't keep up with the stories. I wouldn't know who I was telling what to. You know what I mean? What?
I'm just waiting to hear what you did on Easter. It's like you trying to hide it from me.
Oh no, we
You went on a date or something?
Nah, I went to that party and then afterwards, Sunday I went to my brother's pad. Everybody got together over at my brother's and I made a dish and took it over and it's good.
Your other son go with you?
Yeah, Milo went for a little while before he went to, he had to work.
I was all right.
So he came for a little bit and then bounced.
That's cool.
You? What'd you do?
Went to Casablanca with my wife's side of the family.
Okay.
Since we couldn't go to Las Cazuelas.
Right.
That wasn't too bad, actually, because they weren't busy at all.
Really? Where's this one at?
Right down Day Palm, where the new Amazon center is going up.
I haven't been out that way. I don't.
It used to be Sam's Club, Burlington.
Oh, okay.
Day Palm.
Oh, it's in that. Is it in that shopping center?
Yeah.
Is it that one?
Yeah.
Food good there?
Yeah, it's not bad, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably one of, in regards to Mexican food, one of my tops. Probably my top, actually, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
So remind me never to go there.
All right.
So that,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. Then we went back to my house. They jumped in the pool. I don't go swimming. I don't swim, so they all
That's
jumped in.
ironic.
Wait a minute. You don't swim?
Nah, I don't like to swim.
Like you don't know how, or you don't swim?
No, I just don't like to swim. I deal with pools all the time, so it's something I stay away from.
So are you kind of like when I was talking about the other day when I was talking about mechanics, how their cars run the worst and hairdressers got the worst
remember,
hair?
his pool is the dirtiest on the block.
My pool is the dirtiest pool on the street, kid.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So your kids were swimming dick in a mud bath.
Oh, no, my old lady made me clean it before the day started. But yeah, I prefer not to go in it.
Really?
Because I'm in the heat all day.
Right.
So the last thing I want to do is be in the heat
Right.
when I get home.
Oh, that makes sense.
If somebody's in the air conditioning all day, they don't have a problem, kicking it outside for a little while.
Right.
Yeah,
Man, I'm dying. I'm dying for mine to be done. I'm ready. Let's go.
I bet.
Ready.
My dog fell in the pool again.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, dude.
He fell in or jumped in?
She slipped in because she was playing with one of my sister-in-laws. My sister-in-law was like throwing water up on the deck, and my dog was like barking and trying to bite the water, like to drink it.
Right.
And I think she made it. I wasn't watching. I had my back to it, and I think what had happened is she made a turn, like to take off running real fast, and she slipped, and she didn't realize how close she was to the pool itself, because all I heard was dunk, goosh. And I turned around and they started yelling, the dog fell in. So, dude, my dog went under. She was in the deep side. And, dude, she was under there for a good 10 seconds. I was really surprised.
Really?
Because generally their head is above water and they're splashing, trying to hit the dog pedal.
Right.
Dude, I guess the weight, she didn't realize it. She just she sunk a little bit. So by the time I ran over there, she was still kind of under. So I just reached down and grabbed her by her collar. And it's almost like, how they say, like a woman will become strong when her dude. Because I grabbed her by her collar and threw her out and threw her on top of the deck.
Oh, wow.
But I was just, because of the water weight and everything, I was
Right.
surprised I was able to do that. But I just had to do it so quick.
Yeah, because your dog's pretty heavy, right?
Yeah.
Good 90 pounds, probably?
She's probably, I think, maybe like 80.
80? Still, and then wet. Yeah.
Yeah, and my arm hurt a little bit, but it was just that one motion, just grabbing her, just pulling her out and throwing her on the deck.
Yeah, pools are scary too, though. Like, you got to watch that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Especially with kids and all that shit.
Yeah.
Because they were talking about, everybody wanted to come over here. And I was like, man, I don't want the kids over there right now because there's no water in the pool. And if they fall, that's a 5-foot hole. Ain't none of us can climb down there. You know what I mean? What are we going to do? Here, grab the stick. You know what I mean? Climb up. Not going to happen. So, anything else interesting happen at your house? The roof is on fire.
I think I told you, dude, barbecues are such bullshit.
Why?
The market on barbecues is horrible.
Yeah.
Because it's what do they call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like companies don't.
Oh yeah, they don't.
You can't get parts. It's real. What's the word I'm looking for?
Monopolized.
Not really.
Proprietary.
Yeah. So I would like to get parts on my barbecue. No, that manufacturer's not in business anymore. I mean, you got to really stick with the Weber, with the Grill Master?
Right. Grill Mate.
Yeah. Charles something.
Charbroil.
I mean, those that have been around for a long time and aren't going, Viking maybe,
Right.
that they're not going anywhere. But when you get a barbecue that's like, it's great, it's a perfectly fine company, they just don't last. So you can't get parts for them. Everything's different. Everything could be off by half of an inch.
That's crazy.
Dude, it's horrible.
Well, the one that I put in, it looks like it's a Blackstone. Isn't that what they're called? The new ones?
Yeah.
So
I've heard of that.
it's a Blackstone, but Blackstone makes it for Amazon, so it doesn't have their name on it. It's an Amazon brand.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how long.
But it's made by Blackstone.
Yeah, dude. I told you my barbecue caught on fire a few years ago.
Right?
Drunk.
Cooking?
Yeah, drunk cooking.
Shenaniganery.
What were you cooking the first time?
I think it was burgers. All the grease just kept dripping and dripping. And at the time, I hadn't cleaned it in a while.
Right.
So there's stuff built up on the bottom. So it caught on fire. So this time I was cooking hamburgers and hot dogs. And luckily it was my last pack of hot dogs, but they were bacon wrapped hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if that played a part in it. The bacon was dripping. And it was my fault.
That's the best part of the bacon.
It was my fault because my mom was
That's why
there.
you don't cut it off.
Yes.
My mom was there, so she was leaving. So I was walking her to the door, and you know how moms are.
How you gonna blame your mom for the fire?
Well, here's the funny part. I was walking her to the door, and moms they don't just leave.
Right.
Oh, I had a good time. Thank you. When am I gonna see you again? Call me. Shebang. So then I'm casually walking back into the house, and somebody says, "Dude, something's going on at the barbecue." And so I look, and dude, you can see the flames shooting out of the back. So yeah, sure enough, I lift it up, and dude, it's just a raging fire.
Well, yeah, as soon as you lifted it up, you gave it all the oxygen that it needed to explode.
So I was able to lift it up. I grabbed some tongs and lifted the lid and turned the burners off. And the hot dogs that I had on there, dude, black.
But delicious as all get out, huh?
No, dude, you couldn't eat those. Dude.
He would.
No,
Gladly.
you would not have eaten those.
No, he would have eaten them.
Did you see it?
No, I just know he would have.
You would not have eaten those.
Really?
They look like skinny, long
If it
pieces of
looks
charcoal.
and tastes like bark, he'll eat it.
He
Like
would
that.
not have eaten that.
Like that carne asada I grabbed the other day. I grabbed it and took it out because it was like it had the burnt edges.
It was the blackest one in the bowl.
And you like that?
Oh yeah, that's my favorite.
That's how he cooks everything.
It's not.
He'll cook chicken to black.
Yeah,
Really?
chicken, yeah, you got to cook chicken right. But my
That's
chicken,
not to black.
but my chicken still come out moist.
No, it doesn't. Or pork to black, beef, anything. It doesn't matter.
When you do pork
I
chops,
like pan searing beef and then finishing it in the oven until it's like medium rare or medium.
Okay.
Pork will cook through until it's cooked, not black. Like he takes it and there's like black marks everywhere, like it's burning.
I put a little crust on it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't want to look.
That's not flavor. That's burnt.
It's not burnt.
Yes,
It's
it
the pork chops. They need to be gray all the way through. They can't be pink in the middle.
Yeah, that is true. But
You know what I
they
mean?
don't need to be black on the outside.
But they're not black on the outside.
That ain't what I'm hearing.
He's over exaggerating.
Well, I don't think he is because you specifically just said the piece of carne asada that was black. That's the one I picked.
Well, that's carne asada. We're not talking about carne who said pork chops.
That's why whenever we cook, I cook the meat, he'll do the sides.
You don't cook. He's so full of shit.
Okay, yeah, I'm full of shit.
What
sure.
about the ribs that I did the other day with a bone just right out?
That's fine because they weren't
Bomb.
black.
Shit
You
was good.
slow cook that.
I want some more of that shit.
Well, the funny thing is, back to my barbecue burning.
Yeah, back to Tony.
Yeah. Jesus.
My nephew and my son were sitting at a chair next to it. And they had told me, my nephew was looking at it. He goes, "Is black smoke supposed to be coming out of that thing?" And so he says, like, he's asking himself, that don't look right. And so he turns to my son. He goes, "Does that usually happen when your dad barbecues?" And my son's like, "What?" He's like, "That's black smoke." And my son's looking at it. He's, "I don't know. Probably. I mean, he's the one that always cooks."
That's
It's not a good sign.
it just means that we don't have a new pope yet. It's okay.
Yeah.
There was something else we were going to talk
But
about.
back to cooking that chicken. You know what I had today? My sister-in-law made lunch for my wife, not my wife, but my kids and the nieces and nephews. And my brother-in-law made some chicken wings in his air fryer, and she brought them. My daughter, she texted me. She's like, "Hey, my Uncle Phil made some wings in his air fryer," and she's like, "They're pretty good." I'm like, "You sure?" And she's like, "I'm gonna bring some home. They're really good."
Yeah.
And she brought them home, dude. And I'm gonna be honest with you,
Good, right?
they were pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, they were cooked perfectly.
Yeah.
And so
Not to black.
I'm I'm grilling. I'm telling her, how long did he put these in there for? She's like, he said 12 minutes, like a whole pack of little chicken wings.
Right.
And
He's
I was
probably got the big one because like ours is probably like the smaller one. So let's buy the small one just to fuck around and figure it out and see if we like it. And then they have the bigger one. Can't see nothing. Then they have a
Just
bigger
saying, we
one.
said it at the same time.
I know, right? They have a bigger one for like a larger family or
So
whatever.
what
you know
size
what I
do
mean?
you have?
Just a little small.
Do you know the
couple
quart
quarts
size?
Yeah, a couple quarts. I'll tell you when we go in. It's probably like 2 quarts, maybe 3 quarts.
Oh yeah,
It's small.
you got you
You
bullshit.
do like half a bag of fucking. I don't know. We did like fucking 8 of the little burritos in there, or 4 or 5 of the little burritos in
Is
there.
yours like a cone thing that you remove that you put it in a cone?
It's
No,
not
it's
a cone. It's just an open little,
I don't even know how to put it.
like an open little pot.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
with
pull
a
it out.
handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you pull the little drawer out and you put all your shit
That's
in there. You put it
for a
back in
drawer.
and
So
put
when
it to the temperature you want.
if you
and
put a
time.
steak in there, I mean, because somebody else told me he puts his steak with some vegetables and some like red potatoes,
Yeah.
and he puts it in that drawer.
Yeah.
But he made it seem like it was like a more of a cone shaped.
All of them are different.
So I'm thinking to myself, how do you put
He cooks it
steak
in
in?
cones. Yeah. That's kind of weird.
But he was like, dude, he's the best steak I ever had.
It's good, yeah.
You might look at what I call a drawer. I call it a drawer because you pull it out and put it back in like a drawer. But you might look at the inside and be like, oh, yeah, okay, that's cone shaped.
It's
I don't
not.
think it is. Ours
Because
is.
the way he makes it sound is like the inside is
Yeah,
Right.
sloped.
funneled.
That's
yeah.
what I
No.
assumed.
It's
Yeah,
not.
no, these aren't. This one isn't. And then you just pull off the little thing, wipe it out, and then go on into the next thing.
Yeah, you know, he said that too. He's like, he takes the drawer out, dumps it onto his plate, puts some water on the drawer, and just throws it back in there.
Yep. I might try steak like that. That sounds really good though, with some potatoes and some veggies.
That's what he said. He just puts it all in at the same time.
Really.
I actually was at Costco this weekend getting stuff for Easter, and I was checking out the air fryers. Man, it's already too confusing for me because now there's air fryers with oven, with pressure cooker, with. And I'm like, I just want an air fryer now.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, don't do that shit. I got mine. Where did I get it? At Kmart or you at Walmart?
I don't know.
Or no, I got it on Amazon. They had a sale. That's why I bought it. It was normally $89. They had it on sale for $49. So I got it. I was like, oh, fuck it. I'm going to get it for at that price. If it's no good, then whatever. But, for $49, I figured, fuck it, we'll try it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it comes with a little book that tells you, like, all right, if you're going to cook this is how long you put it in for. If you're cooking this and it's hot, or if it's frozen, put it in at this temperature for this long.
My nephew with Champion HVAC,
Yeah.
we're both now wanting to get one. And so he was calling me when he went to Kohl's. We were texting each other. And he's like, I'm at Kohl's. These are the ones they have because I showed him what they had at Costco.
Right.
And I said I didn't pull the trigger because one was too tall and heavy, and one was almost looked like a pizza maker because it was flat and kind of long. Looked like almost an oven.
Okay.
And we don't keep our appliances on the counter. We have like closets and stuff. We like the toasters in there, the coffee maker. Everything's put away. So I have to be able to get something that's going to be easy.
So do you not drink coffee every day?
Yes, but I drink.
Instant?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. If we have people at the house, like in the morning, we'll bust out the coffee maker.
Does your wife not drink coffee?
Yeah, she does. But it's instant as well.
Really?
Yeah,
What kind of instant coffee?
Folgers.
Really?
Best day of waking up. It's Folgers.
I've never had wait a minute. Yeah, no, I've never had instant coffee.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the best.
No. You want to know what the best coffee is?
Don't be negative.
No. I don't like it. You want to know what the best coffee is, dude? By fucking far, and I don't give a shit what anybody says. Camp coffee. Have you ever had coffee made on a fucking open fire at your campsite,
Percolating.
percolating? That shit is bomb, dude.
Okay, well, how much of it is the atmosphere versus the actual coffee itself? Because
it's not the atmosphere.
Because coffee in the wintertime is great. Early in the morning when it's cold out, there's a different taste to it than a hot summer morning and you're drinking your coffee because you're just used to doing it. There's a difference.
Maybe there may have been like 10%, 15% atmosphere, but the coffee just had a different taste, dude. And it could have been because it's the wood. You know what I mean? It's got that flavor. I don't know. It was good, dude. It was bomb. Right. I don't remember being that cold in the morning to where I was like, ooh, I need this coffee. You know what I mean? But then again, I'm fat, so I run hot. So, you know what I mean?
You drink coffee here?
Every morning. Well, almost every morning. I try to. I forget sometimes. I don't have enough time.
How do you make it?
The Keurig. You know, a little thing with the little pods. You put them in there.
Bougie. I know.
Bougie.
You can't talk, spray butter boy.
Right? Hey, do you ever use, have you ever had Cuban coffee? That Bustos or whatever it is? Comes on the yellow can, blue and red writing? You're only supposed to drink like a small ass cup like that?
No, I don't think so.
No? That shit'll kick in the nuts, dude, if you're not careful.
Really?
That shit's strong, really strong. Yeah. Have you tried out the new place? Oh, yeah, we talked about it before. What's it called? Dutch Brothers?
No, I haven't. My son.
Oh, your son tried it, right? Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a coffee connoisseur.
No,
not at all. It's just again, it's I do it for more of the wake me up in the morning,
right.
Something hot. So, and then again, I do paperwork in the morning before my day starts, and it's nice to have that little cup of coffee right there. And you don't
eat before you leave, right?
I have been now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Just out of curiosity.
Because I'll start getting real hungry like at 9. And then I'll start getting real hungry again at 3. So it's just better for me to eat before I go to work.
Yeah, I got you.
So I'll have a traditional lunch. But you know what I've been having for breakfast?
Here we go. A butter tortilla. No.
I've been making myself like a club sandwich. Because I don't like breakfast, like eggs. I don't like it. It's just, not
really?
Me. Yeah. So I'll turkey, Swiss, piece of bacon, red onion, little mayo. I had some radishes left over from something, so I'll slice those real thin, throw them in there just to bulk it up.
So like, I haven't done this, but I know that this will go a long way with you in getting your air fryer. You can cook your bacon in there too.
Oh, really?
And it's faster than doing it in the oven. And it's all self-contained.
Well, you got to remember something. It's in regards to doing it in the oven.
Because it's flat.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the speed. It's more, A, the volume of bacon you can do at one time, and B, the actual turnout when it's done. So it's not the timing that's the issue. It's the...
Because we cook like a pound at a time, even on the stove. We don't... It ain't got to be straight. If it's crunchy and curly, that's even better.
Well, again, this comes out crunchy, nice and long, and
you like it long and crunchy?
Yeah.
That one might have been a tad bit of a stretch.
Yeah, just a little bit. All right.
But I'm really gonna be looking into a air fryer.
You should, dude. I think you'll. This guy made some. He had a thing of croissants, right? And he took it out and he kind of squared it out a little bit, and he put in a frozen peanut butter cup. Some marshmallows on top of it, and put another croissant piece on top, and baked it in there, and put it in the. Fuck, that shit look bomb, dude.
You lost me at marshmallows.
Oh, you don't have to do marshmallows. I'm just telling you what that cat did.
Yeah.
You know what else would be dope is just put Nutella in it, on that, and fold it up. It'd be like one of those chocolate croissants, but instead it'd be a Nutella croissant. That'd be good, dude. Maybe those just in the oven. Those would be good.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I would definitely buy one today. If it said in the advertisement, reheat pizza to where it's like as if it was,
brand new.
The first time. Like, got that little crunch.
Right.
Because, you put it in the microwave, it's soft, it's nasty. You put it back in the oven, it's not exactly the same.
Right. Or if you put too long in the microwave, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking rock.
Yeah.
Um,
If we can reheat pizza,
maybe that's what the long one was for. Maybe that's actually a pizza oven. Maybe it turns it.
A photo in the advertisement for it.
Really?
It's called the Ninja Foodie.
Oh, shit. Have you ever used one of the Instapots?
Instapot.
Yeah, that's what you said. It had the Instapot, and it's like or a pressure cooker.
Okay.
It's like a crock pot, but faster.
Right.
Like a
No, I've never cooked with one before.
slow cooker on speed. That makes
So
no
a
sense,
speed
right?
cooker.
Yeah. But it's good, dude. It's really good too. It's kind of hard to figure out, like, because I say that because we didn't fucking read the instructions.
And you say we to make yourself sound less bad.
Yeah, and I plugged it in and tried. Fuck, okay. Yeah, okay, we gotta. Keep turning off. Yeah, you got to keep fucking with it. Well, we figured it out though. It's good.
When my daughter brought the little chicken wings over, they were good. Don't get me wrong, but they didn't have that crunch. So I told her, I said, hey, these aren't really like crispy. And she says, well, they were kind of crispy when he first brought them
Pull them
over.
out. Yeah.
So she goes, they've been sitting out for like an hour. And then she started yelling at me. She's like, it's not going to be a chicken wing cooked in the oil. She's if you think that's what you're getting, you're not going to get that. That's strictly for the oil. I'm like,
So
well,
it's not only us that talks to you like that.
And
Okay,
that you
that's
that you
different.
throw
she's the
salt
only
on.
one allowed to.
You let us-
Gentlemen,
you let us walk all
Get
over you
it
like
right.
that all the time.
get it right.
He said you let us walk all over you like that all the time.
Because what happens in here stays in here.
Yeah, right? He Hellenized you when we leave, though, right?
I'm a saint outside of this room. It's the world's fault that I am the way in here.
Yeah, right? Jesus criminy. A lot of earthquakes going on. You afraid of earthquakes?
No.
No?
No.
Are you prepared?
What you mean by prepared? Like, do I got to...
Do you have water? Do you have, like,
No.
food stored, like cans and shit? No?
I mean, whatever's in the pantry.
So you're more prepared for your death than you are than an earthquake.
Yeah. You guys got... Are you?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Hell yeah.
We're doomsday
we really-
preppers. We're not fucking dying.
Yeah, I got fucking MREs, or what are they called?
Yeah, MREs. That was good.
What's
I
that?
got the military meals.
No, you don't.
So fuck yeah, I do.
Meals ready to eat, I believe is what it is.
I got
Oh
pounds and
my
pounds.
God.
I can't even say stacks of ammo. I got pounds of ammo ready to go.
Tons, yeah.
For an earthquake?
Zombies,
You never know.
Bad people.
That, you know
'Cause-
what?
Because when the earthquake goes bad, bro,
Oh.
and there's a big crack, and they can't get the cars down, the big trucks down
Here
here
we
to
go.
redeliver food,
And the
Here
Rock
we go,
isn't
people.
airlifting
Listen
people.
to
Yeah.
these guys. This
and the
is-
Rock ain't coming down here with a boat to save his
Well,
big chested daughter.
When an
Listeners,
earthquake happens and you're not prepared, don't fucking come to us.
listeners, this is what you get when you watch too much Walking Dead.
That show
Talking
was good.
Dead.
Fuck you.
Actually, we started before that.
Yeah.
Before that
It
show
started
even
in
came
an interest in firearms
Did you
and exploded.
did this?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? How you're 21 now?
Yeah.
So you were what year were you born?
99.
So is any of this based on Y2K?
No.
So,
I
so
wasn't
it happened
worried about-
after, it would happen afterwards.
Yeah. I wasn't worried about Y2K. I didn't.
I wasn't either, but my wife's side of the family were all concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, whatever.
But I was still, I mean, we were still fairly young back then, so we were like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing going to happen.
Well, just like nothing's gonna happen when it's an earthquake.
When it does happen, and you're fucked.
If,
Yeah,
if,
well,
it, if,
us.
if there's a big enough earthquake and it splits and it cracks that fault line, we're going to be separated from other parts of California and Arizona. We're going to be on our own. And once that food supply runs out, people start to get in the trip and they smell the food waffling out your house. They're going to be like, oh, wait, they got food. Let's go see Mango. Stay right here. Don't come no closer.
I'll just be
How
on the
long have
roof.
you had these military meals?
2 years. About 2 years. They're good for 10. The ones that I got. And I got different ones. I got ones that are like for 4 days. One that's packed together from a company.
Oh yeah.
It's a 4-day meal pack for a family of 4. Because we big boys, probably, me and Sebastian will split one and Milo will have the other one.
I can't believe it.
Water. I got these. I got this bag that goes in the bathtub, so that like when it hits, you could fill up the bag, and now you got water. It do like I think it's 30 gallons, 40 gallons of water that's potable. You can go and you can boil it, whatever. I have these pouches. They're about like this, probably a little bit bigger than a Capri Sun, probably. And what it is like, let's say you're out and you're walking around or whatever, and you can't fucking find water. This is all starting to dissipate. But you find like muddy water, you can throw this shit in the mud, and that plastic bag will suck the water in, and it sanitizes it while it's pulling it into the bag. Dope.
Nice.
I have these, so if we ever have to leave, we don't want to be walking around with like fucking 20 packs of toilet paper, right? So I've got these. They're little tablets about this big, and you wet it, and it comes out to like 2 sheets of paper towels, like paper
Really?
towel size sheets. Mm-hmm.
Now that's interesting.
When I was up in Hayward, so like Hayward's here, then you'd have to go through a mountain pass to get to a city called Tracy. And I was managing the Tracy store. So I would have to go through that pass. And it was often windy and it rained a lot out there. And the road was just fucking terrible, dude. Like nasty ass potholes and people just driving crazy through there because they just want to fucking get home already. And so, and there was no railing on the side. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to make me a fucking survival bag. I got me a little to-go bag just in case I ever slide off the side of the mountain. I know I can, I can have some granola in there. I'll have me some water in there. I'm in my fucking Mylar blanket. I'll be able to make fire if I need. I got a knife. I got this. I got a hatchet. I got all kinds of shit. I got my toilet paper.
So it spurred from that, and the go bag just got bigger.
Yeah. And basically that's where it started, because making that trek and then watching that show,
Walking Dead.
no, Bear Grylls.
Bear
Survivor
Grylls.
Yeah, Survivor Man. It was a show called Survivor Man with this dude named Les.
Bear Grylls.
No, it was the one with Les something. I don't remember his last name. But this guy would go out and he'd get dropped off in the wilderness by himself or remote locations by himself with a fucking camera. And it was him showing you these different techniques of how to make fire and, what to look for and how to build shit and how to build shelters and shit. And I really got into it.
I could tell.
I really got into it. I mean, I got paracord. I got all kinds of knives. I got machetes.
Oh yeah.
Before I started gaining all the weight, me and my brother were actually, 2 things about that. Why I bought a thing on Groupon for me and him to go to this place up north where you go for the weekend, a 3-day weekend, and they teach you all these survival skills. Like they teach you how to make fire with a bow drill and all that other bullshit. And
I don't know why you're laughing. You're gonna be fucked when the world goes to shit.
she'll be like, "Hey, Mingo, can you help me?" So over the years we've amassed
Hey.
a
You're making
shit.
smoke signals
Hey.
with other survivors. And
This is what
my cell phone's not working.
This is why they say there's a sucker born every second.
Fuck
I
that, bro.
got you.
And then, we got all kinds of shit. Like I got this lighter. It's a Zippo lighter, but it doesn't need any liquid because what it is you buy these little, or you can store cotton in them, and the cotton has a little wax around it, so the wax burns too. So you pull it open and you fluff it up so you have more space for the flame to catch, and then you just use the little lighter and it flicks out the little spark out, and once it catches on there, then you put your tinder on there, and you put your bigger, and next thing you know, you got a fucking bonfire.
When the COVID hit, were you thinking about busting out any of these items?
Oh, we didn't need to, but I knew I had them. If I need them, I got them.
So I mean,
If anything, we were gonna need the weapons.
Yeah. I mean, like I got okay. So
We didn't know how crazy people were gonna get.
So we each have a 20. He's got a couple 22s, and I have a 22, but I also have a pellet rifle that's as strong as a 22, and we would use that if we needed to go out close, like for a rabbit or like a fucking squirrel or a dove or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
why were you? But you got all these meals. Why do you need to go out for a rabbit or a squirrel?
Because you're gonna miss steak.
Yeah, because at some point, like during COVID, there was a point where Walmart didn't have any fucking meat. Like it was.
Yeah, exactly.
It was sparse.
That's kind of what I was leaning towards
Fucking
in regards to your supplies, not your weapons.
Right.
Like, because, the supermarkets and so forth were the shelves were starting to get bare for a second. And I figured the two of you be like, see, Dad, you did great buying all this stuff. Let's have one of them army meals.
I helped. I could sit on the roof and hit a cow from the roof itself. Like I could see somebody's farm. Yeah, okay, I'll have that one.
He's got a
How?
he's got a
Fucking
mile-long rifle.
Beef.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. Hey, when you get hungry, when shit goes down, dog, better call old Tyrone because I ain't helping you out. Fuck it, you sitting here
Donner
making
party
fun of
this shit.
dude. But you gotta like, yeah, you know what? Maybe I did go a little overboard with some of the shit I got, but
Well, thank you.
He got foot warmers, so it's like this little tin foil looking pack that you agitate and it gets hot, and so you throw it in your shoe and it gets warm.
I have a Zippo lighter. It's big. It's silver. It's about like this. And you use the lighter fluid in it, and you turn it on, and then you clamp it down, and you can put it inside your hoodie to keep your hands warm.
So, when you say you light it, is there an actual flame that's going on?
Well, because it lights. There's cotton inside, and the cotton has that the lighter fluid in it.
Oh.
So it lights, and then you can smother it with the other end once it gets warm, and then you keep it in your jacket. It keeps your hands warm. I got ferrocium ROMs. I know how to make fire with, all those little tinder and shit.
We have knives that in the handles there's the magnesium. Is that what it is? That you can magnesium in a striker, make a fire like that.
I have a knife that has here's a handle, right?
Okay.
Here's what it's about.
Yeah. And then here's a blade. So on the side of the blade by the handle, there is an Allen wrench that's embedded into the handle. You take that out and you back out the screws on the handle. And in the handle, there's two arrows, two arrowheads, a compass, and a fishing line, and a little bit of tinder. So just with that one knife, you should be able to go out and put together a campfire. You should be able to go fishing for a fish, although we've never pulled anything out other than catfish.
I have one that in the handle there's this little extension that comes out, and it's got a little six star thing, and in the handle it's got Phillips head and two flathead tops for screwdrivers, and that little extension is where you put the heads, and it's a screwdriver.
I have a Leatherman a multi-tool. So it's got a knife, it's got a file, it's got a saw, it's got, of course, you have the scissors, you got all this shit.
The pliers.
And, kind of like his knife. It has a little piece that you pull out, and with it comes all the different attachments. So you can change for a flathead or a Allen wrench or whatever kind of, what do you call it with that too. But that bracelet that I had on the other night, I had on that big black bracelet.
Yeah. Okay, I thought that. Okay.
So that's also Leatherman, and what it is Leatherman makes multi-tools, and they're known for them.
But are also accessories.
So that bracelet, you could take it off, and it has the thing to pop off the top on the bottles. So it's got a bottle opener, but it also
call it what it is.
Yeah, right. But it also has a screwdriver, so flathead, Phillips, different sizes. It's got different sizes Allen wrenches, and the holes in the little squares. those are for nuts. You can take nuts off. So no matter, like, let's say it's the apocalypse and you got caught by someone and they put you in a fucking room, you can figure out how to get out with that bracelet, or you're somewhere, or let's say you're driving somewhere and something happens to your car and it's a hose and you don't have a screwdriver. You can take your bracelet apart and take the clamps off and go down to the fucking local fucking auto parts store and get you a new hose.
You know what? I would love to be riding down the street with you.
Don't be throwing salt on me, Tony.
Get it flat, and you be like,
You're gonna
"It's
be
cool.
pissed.
It's called cool, Tony. I got my bracelet. We'll have these tire chains in a jiffy."
Pow! Me and Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
But you know what's nice
You
though,
laugh, but when shit goes down and you need his fucking bracelet,
right?
hey,
Hey, Mingo, come over and bring your bracelet.
yeah. Bring your bracelet, that other multi-tool you were talking about, and a machete.
Right? Hey, but what's cool though is my Toyota got a roadside assistant. I might not need that on the road, player.
Yeah, that's more of a hit on you than it is him.
I know. But yeah, dude, we got into that shit big time. We got all kinds of shit, dude.
Fuck.
All kind like.
Tell him what you subscribe to.
Oh my!
He's
God.
gonna love that.
So there's this company called Battle Box.
Okay.
And what they do is they're basically like a survival company, right? And they put together these boxes once a month. And
Called battle boxes.
and you can pay anywhere from, you can be like in the $50 box, a $75 box, $100 box, $125, and I think $150 box. So I was doing well at the time. I was, shit, I'm gonna get the $150 box. Shit, do they send they and every month in the box they would send you some sort of survival necessity, whether it be like a net or ways that there's always a way to start fire. There's always a knife or two knives. There was once I got binoculars. I got a bag, like a range bag, and all kinds of shit. That's where I got those bags that you throw in the mud and it sucks up the water. That's where I got the bag for the tub. Was from Battle Box. So you go in there and then they sent I want to say Foursquare, but it's not. It's a dead. What is it? A dead. What do you call it? It's in the shape of a four. And they knock it down and it pulls up the string and it kills. Yeah, it's but it's in the shape of a four. I can't remember what it's called. With a metal one of those, that way you don't have to do it with wood. You can do it with that. That's where I got the little tablets from. Got them from there, and then I figured out where to buy them. I found them and bought more. All kinds of shit, dude.
You still remember?
No,
Oh.
I don't make enough money to rock the $150 club. So I just said, if I can't have the $150 club, I'm not in it. But they sent fucking like the knives that they would send in that shit.
Dude, the amount of knives
That we have
that
is
we both have is ridiculous.
they're like, they would send like $150, $200 knives in each box. I think I did it for like 3 or 4 months before I shut it down. Because I just, at one point I was like, how many fucking knives do I really need? Like, I got a bag of just knives.
And then knives outside of that bag.
Yeah. It's dope.
Yeah.
Prepared for
It's dope,
anything.
Yeah.
Cool.
Even if
He gives zero fucks, by the way.
even if spaceships landed and a fucking alien came out and he came out with his battle axe, I probably have one in my safe that looks just like the one he's going to come out with. And then we just might be friends over our axes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could happen, Tony. It's got some kind of writing on it. I don't know what it is. I can't make it out because I don't speak. So...
He wants to come over anymore.
You're not in any of that? Any like survival? Like, no, you just want to...
No.
Just whatever happens, happens?
I don't see anything happening like that. That's the reason why.
And that's
I
why
guess
you're unprepared.
Do you have any, like, okay, so do you have any of those skills? Were you ever taught any of that stuff? Like
Like how to make a fire?
yeah.
No.
No?
But I mean, I just grab a lighter and light whatever it is that I got around.
But you don't smoke. How many lighters do you have around the house?
Probably like 6. You know, the fireplace lighters with the long,
Yeah.
the clicker.
What happens when those run out?
I'll just go buy a new one.
Yeah, but there's none at the
The
store.
apocalypse.
They'll be it.
Can't
This is
buy
America.
shit.
Come on. I have faith in this country.
Fucking America failed New Orleans when shit happened. When shit went sideways, failed fucking New Orleans.
We don't really need New Orleans, though. I don't blame them.
Wow.
I'm okay with building a wall
Around
as
New
long
Orleans.
as it's around Louisiana.
You know what's funny is I had an opportunity to go do radio in New
I was
Orleans.
going to say to build a wall.
To go, I wouldn't go, dude. There's
Really?
somebody.
Why
Yeah,
is that?
the city scares me.
Have you ever been?
No,
So what scares you about it?
all the Creole, all the voodoo shit that's in that city. I'm good, brother. Be walking by some woman and
Magic
shit.
woman.
Yeah, right. Black magic woman. Be walking by and she pushes her fucking broom across my feet and I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's one of those things that I wish, like, when I was younger, I would have experienced.
Yeah, if I would have,
Mardi Gras and stuff like that.
yeah, if it would have been in my 20s and somebody said, hey, let's go to fucking New Orleans.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's go. You know what I mean? I heard too much shit about that city, dude. I'm good. I don't know about that. Fucking be walking by somebody, they blow some dust in your face, and you be like, "Oh shit!" You know what I mean? Fuck that. I don't fuck around with voodoo, dog. What about what are those Ouija boards? You ever fuck with the Ouija board?
I have, but it's one of those things that, I mean, not that I fuck with it a lot, maybe once,
Okay.
twice. And it's just funny how, because it does move, but you think the other person is moving it.
Right.
Why are you moving it? And the other person says, I'm not moving it. Why are you moving it?
Right.
So
So you're not really sure if it's working or
Yeah, but I don't believe it. I mean, that stuff ain't real.
so you don't believe in ghosts. You don't think of like entities and shit like that.
No.
That they can't suck the energy out of the room and
No.
you're fucking tripping, dude. Really?
Yeah. Stuff ain't real.
Wow.
Did you tell him your experience up north at?
No, I don't think I've ever told them that. I was living up north at my sister's house, and when I went into that house, I didn't feel anything. Like normally, like there's some houses where you walk in and you have an unsettling feeling, and that house wasn't like that. And then I remember one night, I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know what had happened before I went to sleep, but I had fallen asleep and I slept with my feet off the edge of the bed. And I remember waking up and feeling like somebody was tugging on my feet. And I say that but I didn't wake up, right? And I felt somebody tugging and tugging, and I turned around and it was this witch. Or I say a witch, but it was like a black figure, and I could feel her pulling, but she didn't have her hands on my feet. It was like she had my soul, and she was pulling it out of the bottom of my feet. And I remember looking back at her and telling her, "What the fuck are you doing? Leave me the fuck alone. Get the fuck out of here!" And I was yelling, like I was at the top of my lungs,
Right.
like fucking yelling at her. And she wouldn't let go. And she wouldn't finally I said, "Fucking leave me alone." And I turned back around and I woke up at that point, dude. And dude, I could not go back to sleep. Like that was the only time anything like that anything like that's ever woken me up out of my sleep was that instant that happened. And it was crazy, dude. Like I could totally feel like my soul being pulled out of my body, like she was tugging on it.
So that dream is the only dream that's ever done that to you?
Yeah. Why?
I think the key word is dream.
Yeah, and I think you're the one that put that in there.
Yeah,
Well,
I did. That's the whole. And he agreed with me that it was a dream.
Well, I mean, I was asleep. I don't know if it was, you know what I mean, like, because I was interacting with it out loud. So I don't know if it was a dream or not. Like, but I remember having that feeling, and it was enough to keep me from going back to sleep. But I will tell you what I have dreamt that really fucks with me, and I haven't dreamt about it in a long time. And now that I'm going to talk about it, it's probably going to happen tonight. But I remember sleeping, and I was standing on a clock hand, on the second hand, and it started going like almost in like an 8 shape because it was going so fast, and you could just hear, and you could hear the lady in the middle cackling, and it was that same kind of just dark black figure in the middle of the clock, just cackling. And I couldn't, for the life of me, like I try to get up and I try to like move towards the middle or I couldn't, dude. And I still to this day don't know why I would dream about like time is running out, bitch. You know what I mean? Like,
I got this quirk that's my neck is exposed.
yeah,
So the nickname my wife and I have for is I think the vampires are gonna get me.
right.
Like I get this feeling that I can't. My neck is too exposed, so I'll kink it like this. Like I rest my head on my shoulder, whichever side is bothering me.
Really?
And it literally is now. It's happening to me. See, now that I'm thinking about it, and I keep my neck, I do,
Try to protect it.
Yeah. So when I'm doing it, like let's say I'm at the kitchen counter and my wife walks in and I'm doing it, she's like, vampires? I was like, yeah, the vampires are out. I don't know what it is. I don't like my neck being exposed. I mean, but it's not literally vampires that I'm scared of. It's just that feeling. I don't really believe in vampires.
Maybe it was something that happened to you in your former life. Do you believe in reincarnation? You die and you come back as something else? Because fuck, what did you do in the past life to come back as you? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding.
And you wonder why people don't fucking like you.
I know, right?
I've never really thought about it, to be honest with you. But with that being said, I'd say no. I don't believe in it.
I have a harder time with reincarnation than I do with there being entities or ghosts.
So you really believe in ghosts?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I would believe it, yeah. You?
Yeah. It makes sense that something like that would exist.
Yeah.
Because they say energy is never destroyed, it's only transferred.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's science, Tony. Science.
Weird science.
Real science.
Yeah. All right, so before we go, Sebastian was telling me about a conversation
Oh, yeah.
that he had with somebody.
So, I was at work today, and I was fucking flaming you, Tony. Because she had asked me, she said, did you watch the Snyder Cut of the Justice League? I was like, hell yeah. It was way better than the first one. She was like, yeah. So that's all we talked about today. I was like, dude, this buddy of mine, he fucking watched it and was pissed that he had questions. Like, why? It was so good. What kind of questions did he have? Said he was confused that when they went to that, like, sandy desert area, that wasn't he was confused that was an alternate timeline. She was like, how? It's like, yeah, it makes complete sense, right? Because they talk about Lois being dead and Superman going crazy. It's like, yeah, I don't get how he could, not understand that. I was like, yeah, he's fucking nuts. He didn't like it.
Did you mention the fact that he thought it was a different Superman at the end?
Yeah, that too.
So, see...
Hold on, I'm not done yet. I told her how you were confused as to why the Flash reverse time or whatever the fuck your problem with that was. Okay, you go ahead.
Okay, I think you might have worded it wrong. Okay, what you should have said was he had questions for the sandy scene, and she's like, "What do you mean he had questions?" And you would have said, "Well, all of a sudden they're in the sand world." So who's speaking now? Who's speaking now? It's my turn. Seabass, it's my turn.
You wanted me to phrase it to make you look better?
Not look better, but to be honest. All of a sudden, they're in this sand world. They're doing what they're doing. And then Batman wakes up. Is it a dream? Was it the future? Was it an alternate universe? Who knows? With Batman waking up, Wouldn't it be more like a dream?
I told her you thought that it could be 5 years in the future, some shit or whatever you said.
10 years, yeah.
She was like, "Oh, he crazy. He didn't understand." Like, no, he didn't. She's like, "How did he not understand with all that extra context put into it?" I don't know.
And there's the point. She even said he didn't understand. That should not have been in the equation.
I don't know how you didn't understand, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I was just slamming you. It's funny.
A true friend would have stuck up for me though.
I can't stick up for you when. Yeah, that was a difficult conversation to have with you. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know about difficult.
A true friend.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I made the conversation list with you and your coworkers.
Yeah.
That's always a good thing, right? Hell yeah. Getting some recognition, good or
Especially
bad.
in the light that I put you in.
This old dude watching these superhero movies doesn't know what he's doing.
I didn't say that.
He just turned 50. That's why.
Yeah. He probably couldn't hear
His
it.
old brain must be confused.
All right. Hey, we
all
want to thank our sponsor again, Champion AC and Heating, champhvac.com. That's CHAMPHVAC.com. You can also get a hold of them at 760-360-7500. That's Champion HVAC for all your heating and air conditioning needs. Sebastian, any final words?
No, I'm good.
Tony?
Yes. We both do.
Who, you and him?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course we
Come on,
do.
amigo. I'll let you take lead on it.
You're fucked.
Oh, see how dirty he did me? Always throwing salt.
Well, you don't know?
We already said happy birthday to Rob.
Okay. Well, his birthday passed. Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah?
Okay, I guess I'll do it on my own. Want to shout out Mojo. It's his birthday tomorrow. He's the next dude to turn 50.
Woo!
Maurice. Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Mo.
Give it up for Mo. The next one in the line for 50.
I don't know who this dude is.
Yeah, you've never met him, huh?
Nope.
You
So
seen
that-
the pictures?
Huh?
Have you seen like the pictures of our...
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah. He was the tall one.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
I definitely remember these pictures.
No? Oh. Well, I'll have to show them to you again. Dig them back out and let you see them. All right. So besides throwing me under the bus, anything else?
No. I think we're good. No, we're good.
We're good? All right, good. All right, guys. Hey, thank you all for listening. Appreciate it. Love you. Talk to you soon.